Which side of your brain is more dominant? Are you an analytical, reasoning person, or are you more carefree and creative person? And is there a way to merge these two sides to create a super you? Sometimes you may feel that you're searching something in your life, but you can't really put your finger on what it is. Other times you may feel that you're putting in all the hard work, but it's not getting you nowhere. Either case, we are usually unsatisfied with our current situation. So there is a well-known theory about the left side, right side brain dominating. Some people are more creative, some people are more logical. Let's dive into this and let's see if this theory holds up and if there's a way to balance these two in order to create something more effective in your life. In my previous videos, I talked a lot about getting clear on our thoughts and feelings. It was basically on the subject of philosophy and psychology and esotericism and all those soft right side of the brain skills. But now in this video I wanted to bring in logic and critical thinking into the mix because I believe that is the other side of the coin. And as a side note, I will explain why my channel description says exploring the world of logic and magic and what does it actually mean. Now, you may also have heard about this left side, right side dominating brain theory. I certainly did. At one point the internet was full of little tests that you could take to see which one is your dominant side, and also videos filled with hemispheres claiming that the left side was responsible for the following skills: language, analytical, scientific, strategic, reading, writing, numbers, computations, mathematics, reasoning, and logic. While the right side, on the other hand, deals with creativity, imagination, intuition, holistic thinking, arts, feelings, visualization, non-verbal cues, rhythm, dreaming, emotions, and magic. Now, I did some digging and I found that this model of thinking is really outdated and it has no scientific backing. This theory originated in the work of Roger W. Sperry, who was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1981, where he studied brain functionings of patients, and by severing their corpus callosum, which is the structure that connected the two hemispheres of the brain, to treat epilepsy. But today we know that the whole brain does a lot of work when doing anything, and damage caused to either side of our brain can hamper our ability to do maths, for example. That means life is more complex than we could ever imagine. And that's the reason why we people like to simplify things. We like to put things in a box and to organize them, to make more sense out of them, because life would get out of hand, and it already has. So for the sake of simplicity, let's continue with our left side, right side brain model. Now, when I was growing up, I really believed in magic. I really did. I loved everything to do with wizards, sorcerers, magicians, witches, even warlocks. And especially I liked Star Wars, where there was a thing called the Force, and the people who wielded the Force were called the Jedi. And Jedi possessed mind powers. They could move stuff with their minds, run real fast, jump real high, and I was fascinated by it. Oh, and they could also heal their wounds instantly, which was like, what? And since there is no Jedi Academy here on Earth that I know of, and I'm still waiting for my letter from Hogwarts, I had to turn to the next best thing, which is spirituality. So as early on as I can remember, and over 15 years I've been interacting in the world of spirituality, I guess. Meeting shamans, walking on burning coals, chanting mantras, burning incense, and being a general ooh-ah or woo-woo, as I like to refer to those flowery hippies. So to me, magic in itself encompasses spirituality, esotericism, mysticism, meditation, self-mastery, emotional mastery, and deep work. And deep work happens when somebody connects with their inner source and creates something, some idea or some work that changes our world, like human rights or scientific method or democracy or Tao Te Ching or relativity and quantum theory, or the golden rule, which states, do unto others what you would have done to you. Then after a while I drifted to the other side of the spectrum, where I spent over 7 years. When I decided to become a programmer, I actually struggled for a year with with the basic grasp of logic and algorithms and structuring my mind in a different way. But then after a while, I think my mind kind of rewired itself, and I started to see the patterns of my previous life more clearly. I started to see the glimpses of how the world actually works. How money matters, how politics govern us, why wars and religions are beneficial for some, and how technology connects us like never before. Like it has a mind of its own, like an organism of a sort. So to me, logic encompasses in itself critical thinking, self-awareness and analysis, gathering information and then making a decision based on that information, and then taking action. Now, actions are really important because that's the place where our dreams are turned into plans, and then our plans are executed. Which means, turned into reality. Not like Alright, let's turn to the spiritual people now. When I started to see patterns, first I saw my old patterns when I was a spiritual person. I saw that I really got stuck into these books that claimed that in order to achieve anything or bring something into some other reality to this reality, all I had to do is get clear, feel the physical strong emotion for it already having, and then it will manifest. I've said this many times before. And that was all I needed. I needed to just hear that constantly. And then I did nothing. And then I took another book which promised me the same thing. And I now know that it was just my instant gratification playing on me, which I really enjoyed, like a junkie. So I saw myself in this witch's circle or in this loop. And then I started to see other patterns of spiritual people who constantly seek guidance from books or gurus or courses. And they are seeking for something. Their soul is so confused and they are stuck in life. Because who would go to the 2-3 day self-help retreat hoping to find clarification if they were totally satisfied with their lives in the first place? Nobody. No, it's just, you need to be a little bit sad and confused. You get it. Now, if you're a bit of a spiritual person, you can also feel a bit confused at why the world is in a place like it is, why it's governed by this mean forces who try to manipulate people, who try to take control of people, about these meat-eating, plastic-throwing lunatics that are destroying our wonderful planet. And you might seek help from tarot readings or Reiki healing meditations or mantras and chantings and incense burning things and drumming people and what not. And you're hoping to get just a little bit of peace. And I know peace is what everybody is struggling to find, a little bit of joy in their lives. And I know, spiritual peeps, I get you. Strengthening your mystical powers and forces is your main concern. But if I were you, I would also try out these little things. Learn the laws, the tax code, the politics that govern this world. You will get more clear on how the system you live in actually works. And it is so much easier to navigate it with confidence. It will also help you understand others who are actually closely tied to the whims of our leaders. Now, study how money works. Study where money flows and money goes and how it is made. Get clear on the systems that govern our world with money. Learn how to invest it. Learn how to handle it and how to manage it. Because then you will get the security that you can use actually. Then you can get just a little bit of a pillow that helps you travel the world and connect with more people. Because having these expensive treats in New Mexico or Arizona, they take a little bit of coin. Then learn how to use the technologies around you to also connect with other people better. Learn reasoning and to articulate your complex thoughts to others so you can serve the mankind better, if that's what you wish. Sometimes munching on Ayurvedic roots when you have a high fever is not such a good idea. Maybe try the Western medicine. Try to believe that what the doctors say. They might actually save your life or your child's life. Learn to see the bigger picture and gathering other points of views. And then with all the facts you can go with your inner voice if you want. And my spiritual peeps, gain critical thinking. It's a valuable skill because you need a little bit of deductive reasoning out there. especially if you're in pain and you're searching for somebody, because there's a lot of people out there who prey on the weak-minded people, who just believe anything what you say, what they say, you know. So if somebody offering you some magic medicine pill for 500 and then you have to sell your car just to cure your little ailment or whatever, maybe consider other options first if you take the bottle, you know. Critical thinking will help you do that. And I'll stop on a critical thinking for a second as well, because critical thinking is the analysis of facts to form a judgment. It is a complex subject, and it is self-directed, self-disciplined, self-monitored and self-correcting thinking. It requires you to formulate your questions, to know what you're looking for. It helps gathering of information and explore other viewpoints. It helps you actually use the information, apply it and test it out, and it helps you see the outcomes far ahead. In order to learn critical thinking, Jordan B. Peterson, the professor of psychology in the University of Toronto, recommends you to write, and write a lot. Because when you can formulate your thoughts on a paper, and if you can write and speak and talk in an articulate way, you are absolutely deadly. I love how he says that. You're absolutely deadly.
You need to learn to think, because thinking makes you act effectively in the world. Thinking makes you win the battles you undertake, and those could be battles for good things. If you can think and speak and write, you are absolutely deadly. Nothing can get in your way.
Alright, my logical peeps, I got you as well. Now, I have worked with a lot of no-nonsense analytical people, but they also have troubles, and they have other types of troubles. Usually they are suffering with loneliness. They don't know how to really deeply connect with other people. They're usually so focused on their careers and their work that it brings so much stress and so much anxiety and so much depression, and you are sacrificing your mental and your physical health because of it. Now, the anxieties, they really bubble up when you want something so bad. You want success so bad in your life, but it doesn't come. It doesn't come. The more you push, the farther it goes. Ever felt that? And even in the end, actually, if they manage to get the material wealth and the things that they want, they don't know how to enjoy them, or they don't have the time to enjoy these things. So, to my logical peeps, I recommend the following. To release stress, release it by exercise. Try yoga, try martial arts, or spend some time to loosen your stiff bodies. And meditation trains the mind as lifting weights trains your muscles. And with focused mind, you can express your ideas more clearly. Give better elevator pitches, for example. Sometimes popping painkillers will make things worse. Together with Western medicine, don't be afraid to try out some of the Eastern ones as well. Keep an open mind. Letting yourself feel the forced down emotions can clear years of old traumas. By feeling empathy, you can easily connect with other people and create deeper relationships. If you feel joy inside, people in the outside can also feel a joy, and it's a pleasure to work with you. And then for the logical people who like to constantly work, please, the most important thing in this world is actually your friends and family, the people you live with. So spend more time with them, and if you don't have them, find them, make your own family. The shift from the other side to the other end of the spectrum, basically in the middle, doesn't have to be fast. Take your time, take it slowly, but do start. Okie dokie, I'm gonna wrap this up. Our life is not decided by which side of our brain is more dominant. They are actually working together as a tandem. They need each other. They use each other. They connect with each other and talk to each other. And just like our brains are connected and they are a little bit brothers and sisters, we need to see our other half as well and bridge the gap. And your life will gain a new layer of beauty. Ain't that nice? And if you need to change anything in your life, you first need to see where you are, feel if you're satisfied or not, and then see the destination you want to reach. And I hope I laid some options before you. Okie dokie, my wonderful people. If you like this video, please like this video and consider a subscription, which lets me know that I'm not stagnating as well. Please, subscription gods, have mercy, have mercy. And I'll catch you wonderful peeps in the next one. Bye!